So if you guys have your G's, you can send them the link, let them join. I didn't make this public, but it's public anyway. I'm using my public link, so just a moment. It's gonna be more of a character training, okay? We're gonna see the chart, we're gonna look at the market, we're gonna make money today again. But more importantly, I want to look at the character of my students, the trading character of my student. All right. So today's training is going to be more about character.
Okay, coach.
Okay, so hold on. So yeah, we can continue. So now realization. One thing is to realize how wrong you are or how good you are. Another thing is to be aware what's causing your realization. I'll put it in another frame. Or I'll repeat so that you get where I'm trying to go. Because over the course of 8 years, I've mentored a lot of people, and you're not going to be the last I'm mentoring. All right. And one of the things, syndrome, I think it's like a phase in the valley before the uphill. Okay, you go in valley before uphill. I think one of the phase that springs you, okay, is the valley of experience, where you get to experience learning. But unfortunately, a lot of people stay in that experience phase where they get to, because there's a part of you. Anything you learn, it's not really active until you experience it. It takes wisdom to use knowledge and thrive. Experience is a springboard. So you see now, everything I am telling you guys, many of you don't know the value, not until you experience it. Now, there are negative experiences and there are positive experiences. Case in point, let's not just talk about the negative ones. Okay, so some of you, you came into my corner, you listened to me, you understood my words, you experienced the practice that I'm giving to you. What happened to you? You scaled. So many of you passed the count now. All right. What was that? That's experience. That's knowledge in experience. You practically just give yourself to instructions and you experience it. It's the same thing you do. So guess what? When you give yourself to instructions, what happens? You get positive results. It means you have the knowledge. You acted on it. What happens? You get positive result. That's a springboard. That's experience. You gain the experience. Now, when you gain the experience, you begin to trust and believe in yourself more. But let me tell you the other side. When you have the knowledge and you ignore it, you will have the knowledge. You ignore the knowledge and you do the thing, the instruction you gave yourself, and you have a negative experience. It is not negative. It's positive in the sense that now you realize you are facing a consequence of ignorance. Am I correct? Are you with me? All right. Are you guys with me? It is better to face a consequence you are aware. A lot of people experience things and they think, oh, what's wrong? What am I doing wrong? Something is not happening here. Something is not good. Okay. It means they are unaware about it's not an experience when you're not aware. So when I tell you the consequence ahead, what you should do and what you will get, if you ignore it and you get the consequences, you become aware. That's an experience. It's a negative experience, but it's also learning. But this is what I'm really trying to tell you guys. All right. You need to come to a state of consciousness where you are aware about what makes the actions for your learning. So you blew an account right now. You had the training, you had the knowledge, but you ended up blowing an account. and you got to realize. Now it's learning. You've realized something, and every part of you will be like, I want to do better tomorrow. Okay. But be careful of something. All right. Because I've had over the last couple of years, I've had people do that and they still keep doing it. So ask yourself this question: why did you really ignore the knowledge? What made you? Now, I had a meeting yesterday, and there were certain questions that was asked me by one of my friends. And it brought me a consciousness that you need to pay attention to the details of your character. So there is afterthought words, there is actions, habit, character. Write those three things down. I'll talk about them this morning. Actions, habit, character. As a trader, you have a character, or you build a character. That's why it's a character building. Character is not something it's not follow come. You transit, you build it over time. Okay, so a trading character leads to a trading destiny. Now, you want to pay attention. Character is your destination, but you want to pay attention to your actions that leads to a habit. I told you guys something. It's just that I know when I give you guys some certain trainings, you guys may not be aware the use case. It's okay to know something, but to process it in use case, it takes another wisdom. It takes a type of guide, mentorship. That's why I tell you, be accountable. If you weren't accountable right now, this training, you won't get it. Do you guys know? What I'm doing right now is this is what happens when you stay in an environment of accountability. You learn what makes you go forward. If I just come and I'm looking at the chart right now, if it is not in my mindset and my plan that, okay, I want to have a personal mentorship session with this student, all right, in accountability, it's a training based on how accountable you are. And I asked a question. All right. I directed the question to you. Now you are giving me feedback. That's accountability. And the feedback is resulting to what? A training solution. Are you guys seeing the relationship? So, because now I want to make you aware of your actions and your habits, which builds your character. I am more particular about your character, but most importantly, I'm paying attention to your actions and your habits. What are your trading habits? Everyone write in the chat, track your trading habits. Okay, because you may learn my knowledge and wisdom, but what propels you every day is your actions and your habits. When your actions and your habit get in line with my instruction, your trading character is built. So my wisdom affects your trading character, and your trading character leads to the destination we are all going to. But what a lot of people don't pay attention to, they learn in experiential mode. You learn as an experience. That is one of the disadvantages of, or where a lot of people are. Learning is an experience, okay? But learning is a practical system of building character. So when you take it from experience into practice, it becomes something else, which is what you're looking for. So why am I saying this? I've had students who stay in my environment, listen to me, hear the wisdom, watch the video, get the information, all right, and start putting it into a process. They try. But guess what? They get involved. Somehow they get involved. What is getting involved? That part of you don't know. As you're sitting with me right now, you are attentive with me, but you only control a little less than 20% of your whole attention. Something is happening in you that you are not aware of. Okay. And that thing forms your habit. Okay. Every action you take forms your habit. So you need to track your habit. And how do you track your habit? So this is, I'll say, can I tell you something? Can I tell you guys something? Okay. You're not in charge of your habits. Write that down. 90% of your habits, you're not in charge of them. In fact, 95%. Okay. So we take it back. Actions. You are not in charge. Over 70% of your actions, you're not in charge. Preposed. The actions you are going to take are organized, but you are not the organizer. If this could sink in today, you would understand when I say have access to instruction. So I'm going to play it in a generic term so that you guys know. Okay. Okay. Let me give you. I said I wasn't going to come live yesterday. I postponed meeting yesterday, right? I said meeting to further notice. Why are you guys on this call? You think I planned it? You think it was my action? This is my habit. This is a product of habit. I just woke up. I need to have a meeting. Oh, but I said yesterday, I wasn't going to have a meeting with the main team, the general team. But I need to have a meeting. Okay, let me have with my internal team. What do you think that is? I'm giving you a practical, so many of you are unaware about what's really happening in your life, how life is really happening. This action I took this morning, it's not really my action. It's a habitual thing. There's a program in me that makes this decision. If this be true, that's the same thing about your trading. If this be true, that's the same thing about your money management. It's a question I'll ask you. What I've said to you, do you believe is true? I love to give you guys practical, as a mentor, as a coach. I love to give you guys practical so that you guys know the danger of being loosed. Every time you give yourself to yourself, you're loosed. You know the danger. So, and I always like to bring it back to thought and words. A negative feed will produce what? A negative experience. Forget the knowledge. Forget the intention. All right? You are a manufacturing machine. The raw product will produce what? The raw material will produce what? The product. So knowledge, what you're looking for is not knowledge. It's not how to trade. It's not good trading skill. I promise you, I kid you not, I'm telling you the truth. Okay? If what I'm saying is true, that you are not in charge of your actions, which forms your habit and builds your character, you are not in charge. If you could understand this truth, then what do you think you're looking for as an experience that would change your actions? Knowledge doesn't change your actions, decisions does. And every decision that is made from an instruction alters your actions, alters your field. So when I give you an instruction and you make a decision to follow my instruction, your system does not care about your thought, your words, your actions. It overrides. Instruction overrides your template, your operating system. Write this down. This is one of the great things I'm going to give to you guys today. I've been teaching you guys, but many of you don't know. Instructions overrides your operating system. When you follow the instruction of someone, it's just like you are installing a software. There's how you override. Instructions override your mental process. You only get if you put in the actions deliberately and intentionally, that's a decision, personal decision to follow an instruction. Okay. Your paradigm does not play. Your thought does not play. Your actions and habit does not play because you have replaced it with an intention and a decision. So that is one of the ways to build character. Follow instructions long enough. You have just replaced an operating system. I said this to make you guys come back to one thing. The result you will get tomorrow is not because of what I teach you today. Knowledge will always be present with you. But the knowledge you don't have the ability to process, cannot manifest. And so rather than pay attention to what knowledge is, pay attention to how knowledge works. Okay? How can you work it? because nothing works except you work. So I have to pay attention to my working system. A lot of traders blow account, and after they blow the account, so this is what your conscience does to you. After something has happened, you now, why did it happen? You now realize knowledge will not come in. Knowledge will not tell you, oh, this is what you did right, this is what you did. So knowledge is not first hand. You're not working on knowledge, you are experiencing knowledge. After you have made the mistake, after you have happened, that is when you begin to realize. That phase may linger if you do not come back to say, oh, every of my actions must be instructed, must be deliberate. If I'm going to take this trade, am I taking it on instruction? Guess what? Will you guys agree with me that it is going to be very rare, very unlikely, except general statistics, that if you follow instructions, you could, is it possible for you to blow account effectively when you follow an instruction? All things being equal. I need the answers in the chat. Is it possible? So, equity, strategy, risk. So you have a trading equity. You are to enter a trade a certain way. There's an instruction to that, and you are to use a certain risk. Ladies and gentlemen, is it possible to blow an account that you put your stop loss, you use a 0.5% risk, and you put a target? Invariably, the answer is no. This is so simple. It's so simple. If there is an instruction, the only thing that is required is a decision. Many of you are not making decisions effectively. You're not paying attention to the decision. You're paying attention to more instruction or more knowledge. But the basic instruction, follow instruction. That's the basic instruction. Just follow instruction. In anything I train, follow instruction. I'm giving you a knowledge there right now. Follow the instruction of this knowledge. For every time you're mentally decisive of following instructions, you are not operating on your actions, your habits, all right, but you are building character. For every time you are mentally decisive about following instructions. So, because why? If you do not do that, you would always be operating. You will make mistake. Someday you just feel like, let me take this trade again. I've entered. This trade is going good. That is it's your habit. You can't stop it because you're not in control. That is the truth. Don't force yourself to try to change. Because why? I tell you this truth. I've been, as a trader, as a coach, as a leader, as a business person, okay, I have been through the process of change, and I realize what made me change. It's not my intention to change, because I didn't. It is almost impossible to beat, okay, your operating system. You know why? Ask me why. Okay, because many a times we are experiencing events, but the events have already happened. So you are like a candlestick, you are delayed. A candle, these candles we are trading in the market, ladies and gentlemen, these candles we're trading in the market is a delayed function. Before the candle prints, the event has already happened. You guys know, right? Talk to me on the chat. This is sensitive. What I'm sharing right now, taking that time to give it. The event have already happened. Someone has made a decision, and the candle prints their decision, and you follow that. You are delayed. That is why they control your narrative. The market controls your narrative. Do you guys know that? If that is true, ladies and gentlemen, there's a wisdom in that. Okay, it means the decision was made, the actions was made. I am just showing up. I can never beat that. Can you beat that? You can't beat it. You are controlled by the narrative of a decision that has made, and that is the same way we are. Okay, for every time you take an action, a decision has been made. Your actions are lagging effect. Even if your intention is present that this is what I want to do, What brought this is what I want to do? Are you even aware? Why do you want to do that thing? What made you feel you want to do that thing? A decision has been made. A mental process brings your decision to take an action. A mental process. Then when you take that action long enough, it becomes an habit. So it means your habit even control your actions. See, when you understand this process, you will know that you are at a disadvantage for making decisions for yourself. Mostly when you are broke, you're not there, you're trying to learn, you're trying to figure out things out. Okay, you don't have what it takes for you to believe in yourself. You are already at a disadvantage. That is why you have to commit to another type of operating system. Okay, they say track your thoughts. A lot of people don't know how to track their thoughts because they don't even know what their thoughts are. Okay, and if you don't know what your thoughts are, they print in your words. If they give you a data of your word and they process your word in negative and positive, you have talked over the last 1 year, you will be shocked if they give you a data of your words in positive and negative. You're going to see that you're over 90% negative. Your words, the words you speak, if they give you a data and print it for you, all right? And if you're 90% negative, you created something that will form your habit and your actions and your habit. So guess what? And the product of that word will produce the action, the product of the action. So guess what? Why will your character be different? Why do you think you act the same way over and over, producing the same result over and over? You are trying to. It's not that you are not trying to. You're trying to. You're going to the school. You're learning the things, but you are just producing the same result. Why would you trust that process? That's my question. Why would you trust that process that is producing the wrong result, despite the fact that you are learning? I need you guys to process that question for some minutes. Why would I trust something that is not producing the result I want, despite the fact that I have been trying to? Is that a beautiful question to process? If you sink in, this is what it does. This is where it leads you to. You know, there's a mental thing. They say, trust yourself, believe in yourself. You know, just keep doing what you're doing. I tell you, that's not a good advice. All right. It's needed. Belief is needed when you are not operating. Because I cannot believe in a process that is not giving me change. So what I have to do, I have to believe in an instruction, believe in leadership, believe in mentorship, believe in a helping system, believe in a system that works. When you trust the process, you would override your system. Life, when they say life is spiritual, life is mental, this is the mental side of life. This is the spiritual side of life. Okay? Give yourself in to instructions. So when you come in tomorrow, the trade you're going to take, if you have this mindset, your process is different. That I know for every trade I want to take for the next 3 months, let it be guided by instructions. And tell me you will not come back with the same result these students are coming back with. All right? When you follow, and guess what? This is where you now, when you make a mistake that is beyond you, you will know it is unlikely. That thing is not just your fault. It happens. Like someone tells me, there are mistakes you can make, okay? Mr. Giles told me of a mistake he made, amongst other mistakes, but one valid mistake that I can celebrate is, I was using a 0.2 in one of my accounts. Okay, I mistakenly, when I changed brokers, I mistakenly used the same, and it was bigger in risk, and it affected my account. That is a mistake. You didn't control that. And that is not from your actions and habit. Okay, I will tell you in another call, I'll tell you what that is. Okay, it's from the program, but it's not your fault. But nothing is outside of the program. Some things I told you about, every mistake was meant to happen. Everything you experience in life was meant to happen. It's just that a lot of people don't know how they are happening and where they are happening from. Okay, but that part is not your fault. So you cannot really plan for that, but you have to observe it. It takes a certain type of wisdom to observe. Why do you make certain mistakes out of the blue? Certain things just happen to you when you're at the brink of your growth. Certain things just happen, all right? Certain experience. It may be by you, it may be by the external, it may be something that'll happen out of the external. It is, but we won't go into that right now. I want to go into things you guys can control, all right? When you do the right thing, you get the right result. When opposition shows up doing the right thing, that is normal. That's another phase. But don't be the one who use feelings and emotions to trade, because you will fail. In fact, if you succeed, failure is waiting for you. Losing is waiting for you. The bomb is waiting for you. Don't use your feelings to trade, because why? Your feelings don't matter. Okay, your feelings don't matter when you are in a negative field. So I said all of this to let you know, okay, Ayo and every other person on the call, be sensitive about, am I following instruction or I'm just trading? If you take your trading guide and blueprint right now, can you say this trading guide and blueprint is in an instruction that I've been given to by Ken Remo or any of my mentors? Is it in an instruction? Because when you follow that, your trading strategy, is it in an instruction? Okay. Your risk, is it in an instruction? Don't bypass it. Just follow the instruction, get the result of that instruction. You will be shocked what your results are. They will not be yours. You'll be shocked, oh, I could do this. You figure out, oh, could I really do this? No. You just manifested the product of an instruction. So hide yourself. That is the best thing. Hide yourself as long as you get the results. Hide yourself. Because when you now get the results, see what happens. Your actions and your habit don't matter anymore. Your character has been built. So your actions and your habit cannot override your character. If you use instruction to build a character, your actions and your habit don't matter anymore. So now you can be safe. You can now begin to make instructions. You can now begin to take new actions, and they will be in the same light with your character, because why? You have formed it. You have built it. But you cannot use your actions and your habit to form a positive character if it's not an instruction. Am I making sense? Did you guys get a sense of what I'm teaching you guys this morning? Okay. So if you are in the trading space, or you are in my personal mentorship or the general mentorship, or you have access to training or any coach or anything that matters, I want you guys to realize this, okay? Be more intentional towards building character than having trading results, because you cannot have the trading result you're looking for if it is not built on character. And if it's not built on character, all right, it's not sustainable, retainable. So what you need to process is character, and that's what, type the word character. A trading character is built by instructions. And I also because I can teach you how to build trading character. Like I can teach you trading character, I can teach you what trading character means, but the process of how character is formed is what I am showing you guys. It cannot be taught. I'm showing you, because you are the one who produces a character. So the two things here is, are you trying to produce? Because I can give you statistics, fam. The world is moving, and over 90% of people are moving. Only a few people are dormant, idle, okay? And many live in provision. But the world is moving. And out of this 90% of the world moving, many people are intentional, disciplined, and, they are go-getters. Right? Like you woke up today, you're working. And if you track yourself for the last 5-10 years of your life, you've been working. You've been looking for the thing you've been looking for. But there is a question that you've not seen it. Is someone not working and you keep looking for new knowledge? Don't you question that? That every year you keep looking for new things, but everything you're looking for, all right, will not work except you change the process of what you're looking for. Because everything you're looking for has already been, just like if we go into the chart today, everything that I am going to train you, every decision that I am going to make, every action I'm going to take in this market, the decision has been formed already before I choose. And when I choose, you will follow me. Isn't that how it works? Okay. They call it insight. Insight. What is an insight? Comes from somewhere. Okay. is formed before I catch it. So my mind catches it, but it has been formed. That's called insight. See, fam, everything that you are learning, you are the one who processes it. You can get the best knowledge, get the best instruction, but you are the processor. So, and the processor would always produce its program, not what it is learning. So, what mentorship does to you, or what I'm really focused on, is your program. Be aware of your program. And I'm making you aware by data or wisdom or knowledge or share instincts. Your program, as long as you are the one in control, okay, you would always charge up and bring forth your fruits. So what you do, what training does to you, what mentorship does to you, okay, that's why even the scriptures say, give yourself solely to instructions. That is the way to change a program. So I don't care about what I want. I just care about how I am willing to. So it's hard to follow instruction, but if you give yourself and you continuously follow instructions, what you've done is you've built character. You have changed. So I don't care about the result. I just care in my ability of following instruction. It's hard, but I did it anyway. I did it today. I'm doing it tomorrow. I'm doing it for the rest of the week. Guess what? If I follow an instruction, I can only get an instructions result. Am I correct? Do you guys agree with me? Put 100 on the chat. If that be true, even if the result is small, it's not what I am looking for. It doesn't really, but I got result by following instruction. If I build on it over a period of time, what would I become? I'm changed. It's that simple. Like, that is the simplicity about education that we are not taught. We are taught that we should learn, but we are not taught what processes our learning. And if I could realize that what processes my learning is wrong, I won't trust in it. And I know if I believe that it is wrong, it cannot produce me the result I'm looking for. I won't keep looking for result. I will just look for how I'm going to build my character. And I'm telling you guys today, building character is about following instructions. So when I train you, look out for my instructions and begin to practice and come back to me and say, I did this instruction, this is what I got. What should I do next? You do this over a period of 6 months, you will be the trader you wanted that you did not even plan. And trust me, thank God. Do we have witnesses in the house? Are you a product of this information that I'm sharing right now? So many of you figured out that it's not my training. It's not just staying connected and following instructions. And you did it, you're going to get the result. I promise you, it's not hard. But just give up. Give up processing and track. So this is how you track. Number one, around trading, first, your strategy, okay? So it is a mix-up. Trading position is given by me. Execution is done by you. Okay, your strategy of execution, what is it based on? Is it based on what you like or what you follow? Write that down. All right. So if it's what you like, trust me, we're still going to be here. I'm going to be watching your process. But if it's what I follow, you're going to get better in following. You will not be perfect in the beginning, but I tell you, you get better. All right. So my strategy of entry, in all of thought, what am I doing? Oh, Kenry, I'm following what you're doing. Oh, you're trading break of structure, snipe. Or I think I'm going to call it in the break of structure and the, I'm going to find a name to call the break of structure and the change of character snipe. We'll suggest a name at the end of the session. So either you're trading a snipe raw or you're trading a snipe snipe plus or something. Okay. So you have to agree that I am doing what Cambry has instructed, whether I like it or not. Are we together? Put 100. So now you're going to take what you like out of the equation, because why? You are now learning how to build character, which is now your 6 month goal. The next 6 months, I want to build trading character. I'm just giving you guys a new instructions now. I want to build, not get trading results. If you build character, you get results. In the process of building character, your result will show up. You will pass that evaluation effectively. You will be more clear because everything you focus on expands. So if you focus on instruction and instruction is laid on something, that thing that is laid on expands. You will gain a different, because now you have dropped everything that is leading you, no actions operating you, no habit operating you. You are clear because now you are focused on an instruction, and the power of the instructor helps you process. That is why I say accountability. Because what accountability does is it sinks you into my program. And my program is better than yours because my program has produced results. Am I correct? It means when you're working on my instruction, you're running on my operating system. So I've override you. You cannot produce your result. You can only produce mine. That is actually the law of process. Am I making sense? Who says on the chat? So, strategy. The next thing is risk. This is where a lot of people have problem. This is where alternative force will play. Your habit will struggle with you. Because why? You are deeply more emotionally connected to your money. You're not connected to your learning, but you're connected to your money. Put money on the chat. The problem of money we set in. So this is where you have to be more vicious. Your risk management, you will likely not follow instructions. Someone has $100. You have to use 0.05. How do you manage that instruction? You guys talk to me. Be very practical. So first, there's going to be a practical obstacle. One is $100 is too small to manage. You are limited because if the strategy is based on a certain currency, okay, that currency, $100 cannot trade that currency effectively. So it will be difficult to follow instruction. You guys stay with me here. There's something I'm trying to bring out. So $100 will be difficult to manage. True or true? You guys talk to me. I need response on the chat. Or you could unmute yourself and say yes. It's a practical course. So are you guys with me?
Yes,
so what's going to happen? Now, you guys watch it. What's going to happen when it doesn't fall into the line of instruction? What's going to happen? You guys talk to me. No, that's not what's going to happen. I need you guys to process it. So you have $100 and I say use a 0.05, okay? And now you want to practically do this. And let's say gold is 0.5, 0.1 on a average $50, it's $5. So what are you going to do? What's going to happen? I need everyone responding. It's a character building training. So respond. What would you do if you have 100? Okay, what would you do if you have a capital that does not fall into trading instruction? No, you won't break the rule. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. You would improvise based on your own wisdom. Am I correct? For the 100. Guess what you just did? You can tell me. When you improvise based on your own wisdom, what did you just do? I need you to be practical. It's a training. I need you guys to be practical. You get it? You're changed. You just left the operating system when you improvise. It means it's like you are leaving yourself. But something is happening, okay? And it doesn't fall in the rule of instruction. What do? You go back to yourself to take instruction. What will be the result of that instruction? Yourself. It means you gave the program back to yourself. Are you guys seeing the intensity of what I'm trying to share with you guys? This is what happens in your daily life. For every time you don't do an instruction, you're giving the operating system back to your previous operator. And your previous operator has been the one producing your result. So you can be in my presence, have awareness of my instruction, but if you do not follow it through, you get your own result. And the only thing you'll be doing is, oh, I made a mistake. I realized, this is what I'm supposed to. That's what you just be. You will be in that phase for a long time and probably not leave there if you don't understand this building character process. So guess what? What is the solution to this? Have I given it to you guys? Yes. But would you obey? No. Because why? You will feel I need to continue trading. At least let me do something. What you tell yourself, you're going to tell yourself, okay, after all, the winning rate is good. So you will tell yourself, I can do this. After all, the winning rate is good. You will just be the moment you set it not to follow you, your operating system will give you every reason to do that thing. Because why? It can only lead you to where you are comfortable with. Lack, breaking. You've been comfortable with that. So what do you do? Accountability. Write it down. Be accountable. Hey, coach, you said we should use a 0.05. What I calculated my risk is 0.05 will not allow me to take this trade. What do I do? Does this make sense to you? Write it on chat. Does it sink in? What am I going to tell you is what you do. Because I'm going to tell you what to do. I know what you should do. And if you can obey what I tell you to do, you're not going to get the result of what you initially wanted to do, even if you win, if you do it. Am I correct? That is how to stay in the program. Accountability. I'm not telling you guys the power of accountability. Accountability is why we're having this call. Why you guys are having this training. If you never shared with me your experience, you will never have this. Because why? Accountability. Accountability is the power to stay in instructions. Many people have instruction, but many people don't have accountability. Accountability helps you stay in instructions to get the result required. Are you guys following? Okay. So there are cases, and I'm going to give you, when you ask questions, it means you are trying to not sleep. You're trying to not back out. You just want to stay. You do this for 6 months. I promise you. Just make a decision for the next 6 months. You follow my instruction, you get my result. I promise you. If you don't, okay, delete my name from the archive of your mind and start a new journey. See the people who have been following my results. Okay. Giles was at the brink of passing his account. Something happened. That was not his fault. Okay. Blessed, Emiola. There, I can count countless of them. Some of them are not even sharing. Okay. These are people who practically came into accountability. And guess what? In less than how many months? A month or two, guess what? They're getting results. Because all they did was stick to my strategy, stick to my instruction. It's difficult, but guess what? The results showed up. This is something they've been doing for years, but it's been difficult. But now they come in, just follow instruction, and it's bringing results. Don't you like that? Blessed, how do you feel?
I feel very good.
How does it
I
feel
feel
when you're
I
now
feel very, very
looking at
good,
it?
sir.
No. Don't tell me you feel very, very good. Be someone who's practical with process. Seeing what you have been doing and seeing what you have done in just a couple of months, how does it translate to feeling if you're really looking at the details?
I've been trying to pass evaluation for almost a year now. And one thing or the other, I can't even make up to 2% before. I keep doing my thing, my way. And first, I'm surprised. Let me know, like, I'm very, very shocked at myself if I'm able to pass 2 evaluation in less than 3 months. I think the simple thing is just to follow instruction, just like you're saying. It's really, really simple. I follow the blueprint and I'm surprised at the outcome. I'm surprised at myself that I'm able to do it.
I like that word. In fact,
I
that's
think
the
that's
word
the main feeling.
that's the word I'd likely pick. You are surprised. Do you know why you're surprised?
Because it's not my result.
It is not from your actions and habit. It was built on your character. So even your emotional self or feeling, because everything you do from an action and a habit, you can't be surprised about it. Because it's already, before the action shows up, you're already predisposed, you already know. But when you follow instructions, you can only be surprised. That's the truth. You'll be surprised at your results. And if you stick, don't slide. If you stick to it, do it for a process of 6 months. See, What you achieved is not the passing of the account. Don't make that mistake. The passing of the account is a proof of what you achieved. The proof is not passing the account. Okay? The passing of the account is a proof of what you have achieved. You're grown in character. When you started it, Blessed, would you attest to me that it was difficult? In the options of things for you to just to stick to, was it difficult? When you started initially, all right? To discipline yourself to just for, oh, Kenry, there are many other trades here. Okay, you used to take many trades in one account,
yes, it was.
but now I'm telling you, take one account, one trade in one account. All right, and you consulted with me, you told me, you asked me, what account should I take this and this? And I told you, do this way. And you just did. Forgetting all the other trades I call, you just stick to that plan.
Yeah.
Can you see how beautiful it is to be simple? It made you simple. Now, one of the things you're going to realize, I know you can't share this. I'm the one who knows. You're going to now realize you're calmer and you're less aggressive than you used to be trading. All right? True. You're more reserved. You are more money managed. Guess what?
Yeah.
You didn't try to do these things, did you? You didn't force yourself. You just followed the instruction and they happened.
Very true.
Now you are a good money manager. You're not desperate in the market. When you see a market and it doesn't fill your requirements, you step away. All right? You don't, candles don't move you because why? You're operating by a pattern that has been given to you. You see all of these things? Everything you're trying to learn that people teach you, just following instruction, you gain them. And now another thing you've gained is confidence that you didn't have. You've gained confidence in the market. Am I correct? Because now you have proof of following instruction. Now you're stepping into another level, which is backed by confidence. Okay. Many people, I need you guys to listen. I'm doing this for a reason because sometimes you don't need to be, many of you are enthusiastic about what you want to trade on today, but just be focused on who is trading. Are you the one trading or your coach is trading you? Okay, I rather my coach trade for me. Okay, so let me ask you a question right now. Would you allow me to manage your account? If I give you that opportunity, would you allow me to trade for you?
Of course, everybody will say yes.
That's practically what your choice should be going forward. Would you allow me to trade for you? If it's really about making money, would you allow me to trade for you or you rather trade for yourself? If you can answer this question, congratulations. I would rather mirror my mentor's trading than for me to learn from him. Because when I mirror his trading, I am learning. That's what has happened to you. I taught you discipline. Just following my instructions, look at what I've taught you. I've taught you to manage accounts. I've taught you to manage portfolio because you're managing about 3 or 4 accounts. Am I correct? Which is a difficult thing you didn't know how to do before.
Yes, sir.
My instructions taught you to be less aggressive to the market. I taught you a lot of things just by mirroring my trading.
Correct.
That is the whole idea of the score. Correct. Learning is about me. When the scripture said, follow those who through faith and persevere, it didn't say learn from them. Follow them. Follow instructions. This is one of the things I figured out long ago. So I don't try to learn from people. I make decisions to assess them so that I can follow them. Because if I follow you, I'll get your result. Then when I've gotten the result I need from you, I can dump you and go get another result. That is growth. When you're not giving me what I'm looking for anymore, I would appreciate you. My journey begins out. That's how to grow. Okay. I must be learning something from you, but the best way to learn is to follow. Okay. Because everything you're trying to learn, you don't have the capacity to process it because your processor is wrong when you have negative results. So all I need to do is follow. So what's your instruction? What's your strategy? What's your risk management? Okay. And I want to do it for the next 6 months. And I want to be able to come to show you that I've done this. And I want to, the best thing I can have is, I can pray for is I have access to accounting with you. If you are the instructor and I have access to accounting with you, God bless me. I am blessed. I have everything I require to get your result. Okay, the only thing that may be difficult is only a few people like me that could produce results. Okay, when I was in the IAM Academy, I was following instruction, but I didn't have accountability. But I had a mentor. There was a mentor. Something overread that. Something replaced that for me. Okay. My obsession. I was obsessed about getting results, even if I didn't have the mirror of a mentor. Okay. But my obsession. Okay. I was psychologically, mentally, and emotionally obsessed. So I gave myself a target that is going to come a time this person, all right, will be in sync. And guess what we did? All right. It's the same thing. It's a mindset. And I need you guys to understand this today, what it will do for you. I'm giving you guys proof. I'm not just talking. Okay. I'm giving you guys proof of character. Okay. So it's not just blessed. It's everyone who has experienced me at one point in time. You see that when you're just following my instruction, you're getting a certain type of result you've been finding difficult. It's not just about passing the account. There's a realization that you're good in the process of time. You realize that you are better now. Okay, you're more precise now. And guess what? You stick that for the next 3 months. Even if you get result or not, even if you pass your account or not, something is going to happen to you. And when you happen, things show up. That is the validity. If there's one thing I've done on this call, I've told you another way to learn. Different from how you guys have been learning. Am I correct? Learning. Learning by instructions. That's the title of this call. Learning. True learning is by instruction, following instructions. That is the purpose of building character. So if you build character, you get the result, because in the 6-fold, I think it's about 5, your thought, your words, your actions, your habit, your character, your destiny. You don't think about destiny. You think how you want to get to destiny. And it's by your character. Character is the third part that opens your destiny, your financial destiny, your six-figure destiny, all right, your business destiny. Everything is your character. If you get to destiny without a character, you just gambled. So I'm not paying attention to my results, unlike what many traders do. They pay attention to their results. They're not paying attention to what processes their results, the process to their result. Now, a lot of people can come and teach you, pay attention to the process. But what I just did is pay attention to the processor. Because every process is produced by a processor. So, and guess what? Practical. Are you guys with me? I'll take you back a little bit. The process will produce the product. So how do I trust the product that I want to produce? Check your last 10 years. Check your present bank account. Check how many businesses, how many opportunities you've tried, how many intentions you have, how many trainings you've done. Are you convinced that you produced the result you were looking for? Answer me on this chat. Are you convinced? Monetarily, emotionally, financially, emotionally, mentally, leadership, everything you engaged in intentionally, you followed, you did over the last 10 years, some of you spanning to 20 years, okay? Did you trust the product? Track the product. Did you trust it? Do you trust it? Okay, beautiful. It means, can you not agree with me? Because this is what a lot of people don't do. And I was told a lot of people don't need to, they don't know how to tell themselves the truth. I'm a practical, logical person, but I'm spiritual. So I don't know how to lie to myself. Because the truth is, I do a lot of harm to me when I lie to myself. Okay, so it came a point in time, early enough, I hated something about me. I was angry at something about me. I was obsessed about something in me negatively. And now that's not a negative thing, that's realization. Type it on the chat. Realize. Some people don't like to tell themselves the truth. Let me help you with accepting one truth. You are not capable. You don't have what it takes. That's the truth. If you had what it takes, you would have produced the result you're looking for. Do you believe me? So stop loving yourself when you cannot produce the result you want in your life. Stop loving that part of you. Stop adoring it. Stop trying to keep doing things that is not. 10 years should have given enough. 7 years should have given you enough proof that you are capable. 7 years. And if you did so many business, went into so many opportunities, did so many things intentionally, spent money, invested, and you failed, it's not the system, it's you. Period. The moment you realize this, defect yourself, deflect yourself, deflate your tires, and tell yourself, I'm not moving until I get a ride. Am I making sense? Realize. That is one of the things I come to terms with. So you know what? It came a point in time, if I'm trying to think something and I'm producing a decision, I question my decision and I ask myself, what gives you the guarantee to make this decision? I don't have it. So I go look for a decision from someone. That's why I look for instruction. If I take instruction, that's how I am the way I am. Okay. To produce this result, it can't remove unit. This is my realization. I realized early. So I don't waste time. Many of you are wasting time doing something you've been doing over and over and over again, thinking it will change. The processor is wrong. Your processor is producing your process and is producing your product. Okay, so the raw material may be put in a bad machine. This is, I think 2007, I got exposed to this and it made a light. You have a tape player, a bad tape player, you put a good CD, what's going to play out? Huh? You guys talk to me. The tape player, a tape player is bad. You know, those days we used to have a film cassette, all right? And if the CD is bad, if what they call disc, if the CD is bad and you put a good disc, what's going to play? It's going to produce a bad sound. That is life, period. Guess what? If the processor is good and you put a bad CD, what's it going to play?
Bad sound, like it could even affect the processor.
Two things are important here, fam. This is not to say a good environment and a good process, all right, is not as important. Okay? Because if you have a good processor and you put a good product, it will play effectively well. It is what you play that will come out when you have good process. So that is true to say that if I learn right, I will produce what I learn. Okay? A dog cannot roar. Do you understand? So that is true about your environment of learning. What you learn is very powerful. But what is more powerful is your processor. You know a lot of people that have lost money. I wish I can help. And that's what I'm doing. I'm helping a lot of people. If you hear my voice, what you will see under my voice is a desire to help, reprogram, change. Do you know how many people that have lost money trying to buy the right CD and their disc player is wrong? A lot of people are buying courses, buying programs, buying education, buying accounts, buying people, just doing things, but their processor is wrong. They never nobody told them that the result they are producing in their life is because of their processor. Nobody taught them. So they keep searching and doing this, wasting money, keep year in, year out. Now they are losing money and they are losing blood and they are losing time. Nobody told them that the problem was their processor. And you know, guess what? They were not in the right environment to listen. And sometimes they were told, but because they were not in the right program to listen, like I'm telling you right now, okay? And some heard, but they didn't believe. Because why? A part of you don't want to realize the truth. A part of you don't want to tell you you are not capable. A part of you don't want to accept that you don't have what it takes. True or true? When someone tells you you don't have what it takes, the first thing that happens to you is you get mad, you get anxious. All right, why would this person talk down on me? Okay, you challenge it. That's one thing about you. You are resistant to truth. It's natural about us. We have this ego. Do you know that it's poor people that have ego?
Mm.
Poor people have a lot of ego. Broke people have stubborn ego. That is why they are broke. Now, broke, see, can I tell you one thing? A lot of people have talked down on being broke. Broke is a realization. Broke is a proof that it is not working. It's not a cause to be broke. If you become broke, that is a cause. But being broke, experiencing broke is an experience. So it's a map, it's a proof. This is where I am. So, and the proof of that is something is not working. And so, yes, we live in a society where the society is not working. Okay, the president is not working. But sometimes it's the system that is not working. So what I'm talking about today is the system. Because proof is, if I give you 10 years to study the experience, the learning, the education, the intention, and you see that it is not worked, it has not given you the result, it's no more the 10 years, is who experienced that 10 years. The processor is wrong. So your journey of the next 6 months, know yourself, build your character. And I just showed you how you build your character in trading. And it's not just in trading. If you want me to extend it in business, it's the same thing in business. All right. I'm into several forms of business. Okay. And I'm building businesses. Do you know how I'm building businesses? If I don't know how to do it, I attach myself to someone who knows how to do it and I just follow instruction. I'm humble. I first accept that I don't have what it takes. For me to have what it takes, let me follow. That's simplicity of life. Humble yourself. Okay. Realize that this is the truth. Accept it. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing that you don't have what it takes. That's the truth. I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes to make $1 million now. I have what to make $1 million, but I don't have what it takes. It means my processor is not there yet. It's not a bad thing. So what I'm doing is I'm learning and I'm learning the process, but most importantly, I am following what has a process. It's humility. If I learn it, I'll become it. I'm focused on becoming. I'm not focused on getting. Are we together on the score? Don't allow this score be in vain. Promise me you're not going to allow this score be in vain. If you leave this call today, make a decision into 2026 that I'm going to change my processor. I'm going to focus on my processor for the next 6 months. Promise. Promise yourself, not me. Because if you do it, I may not even know. But you get the result. Just promise that in the next 6 months, my trading strategy is going to be collective. It's going to be on instructions. My management is going to be on instructions. Sorry, my money, my portfolio is going to be on instructions. Just do every bit of that. Many of you may not have access to me. Many of you do. But I put you in a group. If you are eager, I will know. As long as there's a group of communication, you can be accountable. You don't have to cancel with me like Blessed or Mr. Giles. All right. You may not know me that close, but you could prick access or create access by following instructions. So what's the instruction? I tell you guys, if you are in the trading community, do you know why I created I'm building something that the world has needed for a long time in the trading space. That's what I'm trying to build. Okay. A safe haven, a place to complete and consolidate every idea of trading, everything required for trading, not just knowledge, but process. Okay. All right. Training on mindset, community. Okay. Then resources, things to step on, things to step you up, everything required, but it comes with what? Communication, accountability, communication. If you don't have that, you lack it. You lack what processes you. So, but if you have communication and accountability process, you are in the direction of change. Okay. And if you can change, you become, you have what it is you're looking for. But if you don't change, you will not become. So I'm creating a space where people can change. And if you can change yourself, you will change your results. But there can be no change when there is no accountability. And a lot of people have lacked, a lot of people don't even need, they need. So be honest. And many of you, you realize that what I shared with you was the real deal all along. You were on this call, you realize now that, wow, this is what I ought to have been doing all along. You realize on this call. Am I correct? This is what I ought to have been. Just imagine you started doing this 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. You started what I'm telling you right now. Look at people who have started in just a few months. These are people who have been trading in years, but in just a few months. And can I tell you this truth? Let me tell you one truth that is so amazing. When you build character and you get results from character building, you can't lose them. I'll say this again. All right. I can blow account, but I cannot lose what makes me win account. When the blowing of account is maybe by mistake or it just happen. It happens. Losing, maybe the phase in the market, you had 3 consecutive loss, and if that affects the prop account or something, it happens. 3 loss. It's a loss can happen, and if that happens, it's not your fault. You were on a system. So if you don't make mistake, if it's not a mistake that's caused by you, all right, you get that money back. You get that account back because why? You continue. You get that any result you create from character building is yours, confirmed. Yeah, that is why when I say I cannot be broke again, it's not a prayer. I don't even need to pray. Because why? It didn't happen by chance. I am not rich by chance. Okay. You take everything away from me right now, produce it again. Because why? I produced it by process. I produced it. Because why? I built it by character. Okay. My success is by character. I didn't bump into it. Some of you are just trying to. Some people have passed account by chance. I see a lot of people trading and they are flipping to pass. Okay. Repeat the process. A lot of people are blowing countless accounts because they are gambling. Even if you get the account, you will lose it. Trust me. It's just if nothing is built on character, you lose it. So character is identifying, character builds you. It makes you aware. So it's the same thing I'm telling you right now. In all of this noise Kenry is making this morning, the noise, the meaning of the noise is, because it has to be noise now for you to make a message, is focus on building the character of the trader you want to become. And when you build it, you can never lose it. It's a gift for life. It becomes an intellectual property for you. All right. You could build a system that you can build passive income on it. When you have it, you say you can only give what you have. That is part. When you build character, you have it. You have it in you. And people, you say kings are coming to the brightness of your rising. You rise with character. People trust and can invest in character. People don't trust and invest in just results. They want to know, do you have the result or it just showed up? So a lot is at stake. All right. Recording is already happening. Someone is trying to record. Okay. Are you guys with me? So when you do that, a certain level of confidence comes in and you can't lose it. And that is really what I'm interested. That's what our system is all about. What we are launching right now is about building trading character, but I'm giving you the environment to do so. So if you are external, you don't really have access to me, but you want to build, you want to fall in this category where I want to I buy into this, your wisdom, okay, of training. I buy into this, your training, guidance, and mentorship. Okay, how can I be accountable? That's the only question you should ask in this call. The only question that should make sense. It's not what I teach you, because I'm already teaching you guys every day. In fact, you guys have an overload of access to knowledge and trading. I'm giving you guys a good trading strategy. I'm trading with you guys. I'm sending you signals. You should be winning as a trader if you only follow instructions. Am I correct? But if you are scattered and you're not, you are going to be glimpsing and you're wondering and you're swimming like, man, what am I really doing? So do you know why many of you celebrated and you took S&P 500 yesterday? What's happening in this group? Can you guys realize that the group is not dependent on me anymore? How many of you realize? So the first time you now realize that the group is not the, okay, I want to say something very sensitive right now. And I'm proud of it. Okay. I'm proud of it. Many of you take trades confidently without me now. I don't have to send the trades in the group. But if I send it, you guys are blessed. I know you trust my own when I send it. Meg, are you here? It's Meg here. I love what Meg is doing. She would always, that's the beauty of accountability, you know. But I know a part of her is, are you guys looking at GU? You know, she said it yesterday. Are you guys, she could have taken the trade, you know, but a part of her is still asking, why are people not talking? This GU thing, I'm seeing GU. Are you guys she's looking for extra confirmation, and I sent the trade. And I can tell the moment I send the trade, everything rested. It's Meg here. She's not here. If everything rested, everybody pressed. How many of you pressed the moment I sent the trade yesterday, GU trade? How many of you everybody pressed? Now that's where a lot of people will take the trade. When Meg said, are you guys looking at GU? Many people will just be, okay, maybe some of you went to check GU. Okay, nobody's talking about this. Can't read it, you know. But the moment I sent the trade as a confirmation, all right, I believe some of you took the trade. There was a confidence, all right, you took the trade. And guess what happened? All right, played out. GU did about maybe one to three yesterday. Quite an amazing trade. Okay, so another person said that's later, but I had a little thing about S&P 5. I'm gonna go into the chat. We have some. The market surprised me yesterday. It expanded. It was shocking. I never actually saw the market expanding that way yesterday. Well, it shocked me. Okay, it means today might not expand. So you guys quiet. So what I'm excited about, and it's happening, it's one of my prayers, one of the things I wanted to do for traders. Dependence is not really a good thing. Dependence can become comfortable, and when you become comfortable, you stop your process of learning. So I don't want to be this coach that you would depend on me. Even if I have what it takes for you to depend on me, I want to be liberating. The focus of our goal, our vision is educate to liberate. So even if we are building a community, it's not going to be based long-term on you depending on me. Because if the truth is, if you stay with me 6 months, I say this all the time, and you focus on what I am teaching you, if you still depend on me after 6 months, your processor is wrong. In 6 months' time, I take it that you are now my trading partner. You're my colleague, student colleague. You are a student. You're still learning. There's a lot to learn. But at this point in time, my mindset changes that you are now a partner. If that's not what happened, I'm not successful. I haven't been successful. That's why I'm intentional about being successful. I'm training you the way I'm training because I want to be successful. Okay, in managing you, in giving what. So now I could stay out a week, but this group will still be running. You guys will be sharing ideas. You're running on my template, but I am not present. That is success. That is success for me. Because what we're going to be doing for new people, they're going to be surprised. What's happening here? Something is different here, right? When they come in, they'll be like, where's the head? The head is not there, but the body is running fine. What that does automatically, that takes away dependence. They'll be like, okay, I want to learn what's happening here. Because if students can be this operative and doing things the mentors are doing, I want to be like this. How many of you feel that's going to be a shift of mindset? All right. They would trust the process. A change would have come. That is what I know it's difficult, but I'm trying to do it. It's difficult. You know how difficult it is for me to train you not to be dependent on me. It means I believe in something. I'm not dependent on you paying me to get income. And if that is true, that's liberating enough for you. It makes you trust me more. True or true? There's a psychology play here. All right. The truth is, I'm saying the truth, but that is not the higher truth. The higher truth is this. I have a lot to gain from you if you are independent of me. Do you guys want me to break it down? Many people don't like to hear this. And that is because I'm operating differently. All right. You guys want to hear the truth? I know this is public, so I'll be a little bit careful. You guys want to hear? It's a mindset. Some people control by possession, but true control is not by possession. True control is by liberation. Because the real currency in the world is trust. Do you know why you put your money in the bank? It's because the bank is beautiful. Who can tell me, why do you put your money in the bank? Trust. All right, good. Can manipulation build trust?
No.
Can truth build trust?
Yeah.
So you may know the truth and it will set you free. The desire of every man, true desire of every man, is not to be dependent, is to be free. If you help someone become free, they are tied to you for life. They trust you. A lot of people have not tapped into this world. By the grace of God, that's the vision that God has given to me. I want to help you be free so that we can become friends. If I build anything, you will trust that thing because I've helped you become free. That's the truth. And it makes me liberated that I am not manipulating you. I didn't manipulate you into, I didn't say I have this, so be with me. So some people manipulate with education. Many systems, they manipulate. In fact, not because that's their intention, the system is built that way. Every educational structure. All right, that's why when I'm building the structure, what we are launching right now, I asked myself, what is different? Really, what's different? And I realized I am different. So I had to install myself into every process of the system. How do I think? What is liberation? So I'm someone, I explain everything to detail because I want everybody to build trust back in themselves and build trust back in the system. Trading works, education works, mentorship works, but people don't trust the system because it has manipulated them. It has led them in the wrong direction and they've paid so much for it. Okay, it means they've lost two things, time and resource. Why would they trust that system that will change their life? So they rather not go into the system because they don't trust it. A lot of people don't want to trade, not because trading doesn't work. They don't trust the process of trading. Because of what? How the system has been rigged and manipulated. Now, it's not manipulated by people. It's the structure of the system. So what I'm trying to do is, let's bring a safe within a community, a place where things can be practiced differently. But most importantly, something that brings access at not a faith level, but a practical level. Are you guys with me? That's the first thing I did. It's one thing to have faith. Not everybody have faith. All right. Not everybody have faith. For someone to pull off $100 or $200 doing every month, that's a high level of faith. Do you agree with me? It takes faith to put that money you work hard so much to get. You guys agree with me? Let's be practical on this call. I don't need anybody quiet. So first, if I want people to trust me, I am doing something. Okay, I want to ask a question. How many of you bleed in your heart and you truly wish many traders like you are experiencing what I am doing for free over the last couple of months? How many of you here? You just wish many people are joining the session. You just wish many people, traders are, because a lot of traders are not experiencing what we're doing in this call. They don't even know about it. All right. They don't even know about it. Sorry. Instagram is gone. Sorry, Instagram is gone. I got a call. They don't even know about it. Okay. You know why? It's not because people don't know about it. We have over 700 people on our group right now, but not many, less than 10% join. Do you know why? They've been programmed to resist. It's not that they don't want to. It has affected them. They are uninterested. Not because they don't know it works, but it has affected them. So they really trust. So, but we have something they can trust, but they are not experiencing it. So there is a challenge there. Now, if I want to get these people to experience it, I need of what works. Over the last 3 months, have I given you a proof of what works?
Yes,
And I did it for free, right? So you have a level of trust for me now because you have experienced it. Now we're launching this same experience into a program now. Okay. But one of the things I figured out that it's going to be a challenge. Now, even if people see the proof or they see the process or they see, oh, this is beautiful. Another challenge is access. Okay. Because if it is not free, people are challenged. Access becomes a challenge. I created the app in a way people can get the experience for free and now decide to have access. But when they decide to have access, it's going to come at a ridiculously questionable access price. I don't like to call it a fee. I call it access price. All right. Because I have to ask myself, what am I really giving out? Does it work? Okay. Let it be more value for who want to experience, because I know that I don't want to give people an experience that they will have today and not be able to get tomorrow. I want to give people an experience that they will believe in today and get the whole year. Okay. So one of the things, the solution is, these signals are beautiful. I can use it to make money practical. Okay. So let me replace faith with practicality. An investor, if I come in and I invest $100, will I get $10, $20 to be able to get to stay on access? That's practical. That's the practical mind. And I want you guys to answer this question. If someone comes in and just follow our instruction, will they make money? Will they make $15 to stay connected?
way more than that.
They will make more than that's practical. So you don't need faith to stay connected. We have strategy, signals, insight to help you make money with at lower access. All right. Now I figured out, okay, I know I want to help people, but I can only help people who can help themselves. Okay. So I made access very ridiculously affordable. Not because of the value. So I replaced solution with value. So I'm giving a solution to replace value. So, because why? At the end of the day, I'm using solution to invest in value. So this is a twist. All right. If someone can say, I have $15 or $9 to get access to this thing you're doing, okay, it means trust will be multiplied. You guys agree with me? Many people are going to trust, and they come in, oh, with my $9 access, I'm getting premium signals, I'm growing my account. That's trust. Do you guys agree with me that without bear trust? And they get access to this thing I'm doing with just as $9 as against what people are doing out there. The goal is not there for the goal is not the fact that we want to give you someone to say something cheap. The goal is to build that community where people can come back, trust, own, and belong. And for people to belong, they need good access, practical access, not faith access. Okay, so someone can part with $150 and get access to something that will change them in a year, through a year, $150 through a year. That makes sense, right? Okay. Now, this is the turning point for me as a person, as an investor, as a visionary. Okay. I want to build system, not just own a product. I want to build change. I want to build community. I want to build a movement. Okay. Because if I see my dream in the next 3 years is I have over 1 million people in this trust fund, winning, building testimony, and they're not afraid that they won't have access to it tomorrow again. It's just there. Okay. And it can change the narrative that truly this system, all right, doesn't have to be manipulated to grow. It's a win-win situation. Because what you guys don't see is the fact that if you do things right, you will win. It's just that people are scared that if I make it cheap, I am limited. No, if you really build it cheap and you give the value, you are not cheap. You are premium.
Mm.
Okay, you're premium. That's true. But it's just a lot of people don't understand it. I wish I could tell you guys more, but I believe having 1,000 people in training and having 100,000 people in training, which makes more sense? So you guys can get the drill now. What I have, I wish 1,000,000 people to have access to it. But for people to have access to it, I need to give them true access. And I know I now have to put a lot of things. So we're bringing in an engine to put those things. Okay, people now have to see there's broad media, there's going to be publicity, there's going to be share of testimonies that I've built everything to amplify what we're doing to people. All they just need to do is choose to come. And when they decide to choose, something will not break them to not make the decision. All right, access is going to be free. That way we can bond, we can do more, we can share more. You guys can share your testimonies. You guys can be proof of this product and helping other people. And it's not just going to be one trading community that is dependent, but when you come in and you follow the structures, you're going to be independent and you would like to still be here because you find this place a safe haven, all right, to thrive. Okay, and it goes bigger, but because of time, okay, I won't be sharing that. But that is really the vision. And anybody who's listening to me, don't. I'm not selling you something. I'm just creating an environment for trading, real trading. And in every bit, I'm trying to be better. Okay, I'm trying to do better. And that is just what I want people to experience. I've taught you my strategy, and I taught it for free. And guess what? Many of you here right now, okay, you don't depend on me to trade. You spot your trade by yourself. You already have the instructions, so you can trade by yourself. But I've also made you know, so, and it's not manipulating. I let you know because that's truth. Your results are not built by your knowledge. They are built by accountability, instruction. So that is why, even if I don't come to teach you, you will still be here because why? I am valuable for instruction. True or true? Okay. So that is my greatest, but I want to be someone, I want to be here to instruct you and guide you through the process of building character. You now have access to the education, you have access to the trainings, you have access, all right, to the resource management. But most importantly, what people don't give you that you truly even need more, people don't give it to you. They don't even know that's what you need. They just think you need the education, but I know you need more. That's why I put myself, I'm building this community so that a community that will thrive on instruction and building character. When you build character, you become independent and free. Okay, and we just grew by this model. It works. It's going to work. All right. It needs you to work. So are you going to apply yourself? That's the only question you ask yourself right about now. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's check what the market is looking like, and we'll close here today. Has it been a wonderful session?
Yeah. Thank you.
Has it been a wonderful session? Okay. Whoa. So let's look at, so this was GU yesterday. Quite amazing move. Quite an amazing move. Killed. Wow. Killed. This is what? Like, oh, it moved. Like crazy move. I think I left around here. I did about 2.6. You see why it's very important, all right? You choose your risk very well. This was GU, this was the risk. It almost, in fact, it spiked up. If you were not in the sell, this would have been a bad trade. Okay. So, but that's why when you choose your trade, choose your risk very well. Okay. Swings are always better. All right. So this is the swing that brought this low, and that safeguarded this trade. Just imagine, okay, you sold and you did not do a good risk, and you now went to buy. Okay, and it did not still give you will feel bad all throughout yesterday. Am I correct? Just because you chose a bad risk. So it's very important to identify your risk very well. And you guys don't forget. So what am I looking out for in GU right now? If I'm going to buy GU, quite simple. You just need to change character. That's it. All right. I'm going to buy when it changes character. I'm also going to consider the risk, because if it changes character here, the risk will be high. Okay, but if it creates a low that is far better, I would love it. So this is where I'm going to buy. How am I going to sell? The target of a sell is so poor, so I'm not going to look at a sell today. All right, on GU snipe, I'm not going to look at a sell today because the sell is already, it might definitely come here, but I'm going to be uninterested because why? The risk right now for a sell is not worth it. All right, so that way I'm just off the sell, but the buy is good. Okay, but I want to also see, because the buy has potential, but the sell doesn't. So that way, my position was already established. Okay, for GU. S&P 500, it played a trick on you guys yesterday. Okay, it played well yesterday. Okay, it's just that it was challenging. Now, I want to tell you guys, okay, I would have systematic. So this place, so I think, was it Chris who sent me yesterday? I said this is a tricky one. You guys need to be careful about this type of, if not because of something happened in the market, the momentum was strong. Okay, this is a tricky one, but I would categorize this into a worthy risk because one thing has happened. A structure was created under premium. So this market was under premium. All right. So yes, it is bullish, but when you see this, it created slightly a structure. And when that happens, this now gives it valid. So this is structure, and this is an internal change of character, which is not, if it's just this is tricky. Okay, but there was a structure here, broke, that created this. So this is a change of character. Okay, but it was a tricky one because it was a trending change of character. This is a very, very tricky one. So the only thing that would have made me validate this, if the market just came and changed, I won't take this trade. But because it created a structure and that structure created this premium move, I knew that this was going to distribute. It came back, retested. This was a good trade, like seriously good trade. Okay. But I didn't look at it in the beginning, in the morning, because when I saw this move, I said this is going to be dangerous. But later I played out. So when you see moves like this and it's on premium, challenge yourself. All right. This was a good move. It sniped. All right. Change of character, which was tricky, but break of structure. This was a strong confirmation after this rejection that this trade was going to move. And guess what? It did the premium. It did almost 1 to 3. All right. In fact, it liquidated this. That was what was needed to liquidate this. So right about now, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a buy. All right. I'm looking for a buy. So if you notice, this is what I want you guys to notice. I'm always perspective. I'm always on the perspective. If you guys notice, I called this trade on Monday. Was it on Monday? I said the market is still on the sell trend. We got this. The market is still on the sell range. So that's why it played out very, very strong. You can see for the last couple of weeks, I've been saying this market is, and we've been killing it on the sell. All right. So right about now, two things are going to happen in this market. Is either it's going to repeat this, so it's probably going to come touch this. So I'm not interested in the touch of a sell. I'm not interested in selling. I'm just interested in what? Buying. All right. I'm interested in buying right now. So how am I going to buy S&P 500? It's very simple. Okay. Are you guys with me? So I want to identify the change of character. So if market takes away this right now, this is a change of character. If market breaks above this, a buy has been instituted, because I think this is clearly, yeah. All right. So this is a structure. There was a structure here, break of structure, it closed below. So if the market takes this away right now, okay, this has instrumentalized the buy. Okay, so S&P 500 is going to shift in the direction of a buy. But I would also tell you this, if we now look at this, so if in case you get caught up, all right, I need you to look at this. Sometimes you just have to shift to one. That's why I say some change of character are tricky. So when you look at this right now, what do you see? It's a little bit different, right? So this becomes our strong move. The market breaks above this, is going to be stronger than it's here. Are you guys with me? It's going to be stronger. If it changes this, it's going to be stronger than it is here. So, but you can take your first entry. If this market breaks above this, all right, take this. This is strong change of character. If a change of character happens on the 1 hour, clearly that means the market is going to move, better. So that's what I'm going to look out for. Okay, in the market, but I'm so this is going to be when it does this, my first entry, because it's clear on the 15 minutes. Okay, I'll do this. Take your first risk. Yeah. But it would have done me it would have done me better when this market actually come here. It's going to be a lot better because the force of this market will be looking at this liquidity right here, maybe looking at this liquidity. So if it takes you up, that's fine. Market will do its thing. But this is a play. You can't determine what's going to happen. You don't know if the market is going to get there. So you don't make decision on what you think the market would do. All right. But what would you do on every situation when you come into the market? What would you do? That's what I would do. Right about now, I'll buy. Okay. And this is where I'm going to buy. Okay. But it would have been better when it hits this and it's coming. I will be more strengthened in my reinforcement to buy. So if it buys this area, I'm going to get in on my first entry. This is going to be my risk. All right. And my reward is going to be 1-to-1, which goes a long way. Where it came from, voila, it's going back here. I know I have a lot of this. Let me delete some of this. Okay, so when it breaks above this, that's my entry. If it breaks above this, it's a stronger. I mean, probably will enter another trade here. Okay, based off on price action, break retest. If it breaks retest this area, I'm going to enter on the price action side. Okay, when market breaks and retest here, I'll be buying the market back. So I need you guys to pay attention to these two trades. Okay, this may be the bullish run it wants to have. So I'm watching out for this. You can take a picture of this. So this is my buy. Okay, but I'm also hoping that the market comes here so that we can start seeing the next wave that's going to happen is not going to be the bullish wave. It has done the bearish wave effectively. It may want to do the bullish. Sorry, not even there. Where is it? Okay, yeah. So take note on this. I will send this in the group. Let me put an alarm here. So first entry is going to be the break of this structure, change of character, break of structure. I'll get in my first entry. This is going to be my risk. 1-to-1. I told you management is 1-to-1. Your first trade is 1-to-1. Always use 70% of your risk for your first closing. 1-to-1. Okay. 70% of your risk, not 70% of your account. Don't say Cambridge said that you're going to use 70% of my account. You cry, I will not be there. Okay. And he would tell me, Cambridge said, I will just punish you. I'll ban you for 2 weeks. So let me send this in the group. I know some of you on YouTube. If you want, you can read in post. Yeah. I'm not excited with you guys in the group. I've made a decision not to complain, but I'll just do my thing. My habit will make me do my thing, not my emotions. SP 500. Okay. I have something to say about Raw. If you wait towards the end of the session, you hear it. Okay, don't be in a hurry. What else? US30, I think it should be the same structure. These guys, they killed it yesterday. Killed it. I missed out too. I didn't take this guy. It's like when I saw it later, when somebody posted, I was like, what? I wanted to tell the person that posted, you are greedy. You were greedy. Why didn't you share it when you wanted to take it? Like Meg shared that trade. Why didn't you share it? You just took it and you now came to post it to pepper everybody's eye. I will start questioning your intentions now. When you're accountable, be accountable. Accountability means, as I want to take this trade, oh, this trade is looking good. I want to share it. All right, what do you think? Let other people see it. Let other people question. Let other people take. So this is going to, there's really no change of character here, fam. There's really no change. This is, okay. Okay, it's slight. It's almost equal. I'm always skeptical about this. So this is what I'm going to do. I think I like US30 better. Okay. There's really no change of structure here. I think I'd prefer let the market close this. All right. I think I'm liking US30. US30 is going to be, because why? If we're looking at the previous premium, This is all still within what the discount level. If it comes in here, it's now in structure. So if this market breaks above, so US30 have a more, what I will call clearer activity. I'll be more patient with US30. In fact, I may use US30 as a narrative, because at the end of the day, this breaks above, that's full premium going into this market. All right. So US30 is a lot clearer because they move together. This market can come here and reject, which means S&P 500 is still going to reject even if you take it. You know, now S&P 500, you want to take it here. Okay. But if this breaks, that's full process. It's ready. So that's something I'm going to watch out for. It's not break and retest. So somebody will not tell me that. Okay, Cambridge, is it break and retest? I'm just, let me delete that. This is not price action. So if it breaks this, I'm going to buy. Risk is here and the reward is, this is also a premium trade. It goes almost 1 to 3. Good. So this is our target goal. Breaks this structure, change of character, slight change of character. A strong change of character is actually here. So this market is a little bit tricky. Okay, but we just have to do our thing. Okay. It's on premium, it's on discount right now. Sorry. So buy is always is better. So let me send this in the group. Sell. I don't see anywhere I'm selling to. Gold has been, what did gold do yesterday? US30. Snipe inside. Let me drop an alarm. Okay, let's look at, wow. Boy. You guys are wicked though. Finally, gold broke. Gold is wicked. It's not you guys. Good, you are wicked. Good, this is what I've been waiting for. I did not even tell anybody. You just broke, never even came back. You're a thief. Gold just disappeared. You see what happens after every consolidation? There's momentum. It didn't even tell anybody. Yeah, and I've been waiting for this. And even if I have waited, I wouldn't have even entered. Let me see what happened yesterday. Gold, you are wicked though. Hold on. Where's yesterday? No, you guys are not nice now. Cambry, why did you take a break yesterday? This was a snipe, a broke structure, clean move on gold. What happened? You guys are not nice now. Nobody in the group sent this. Even if it's okay, Cambry have trapped this guy. Let it leave the consolidation. Where is Yankee? This broke now. This was a clear snipe from our structure. The risk is not too bad now. It paid me that I did not enjoy this move. Just because I decided to sleep, you guys slept. Only the GU I look, you guys, and even the GU, you guys did not chop it finish. What are you guys talking? To the previous day. That's previous day. At least this is previous day. It's good trade now. It's good trade now. It did almost 1 to 2. Who got good yesterday? Let me see who's wicked here. Wait, let me check. Those are YouTube. Yeah, those are YouTube. Who got good yesterday? Wait, what's happening here? Am I not sharing my screen? Okay. What is happening? Is rebuffing. Okay. Hey, this is beautiful. It happened already. Well, but that was a good trade. If you followed my structure, that was good. I'm just wondering, why did everybody quiet on gold? Because I know it was consolidation. I got tired of the consolidations. I was waiting for, I didn't know I didn't put an alarm, but this was a good move. I did over 1 to 2 yesterday. And if I did over one, you imagine, come on, it's 1 to 5, one day. God bless you, gold. All right. So what are we going to look out for on gold now? Okay, so gold has broken, like it broke with a wicked accent. Okay, next premium level, and next discount level is here. And if you touch that, we're going to be expecting good buys. So right about now, it has done its thing. You are a thief. If you expect to join this guy for a sale, or you want to buy it from here right now, you don't have trading sense. Okay, you're a thief. So what I'm just going to wait is, if it's going to come down to this level, I'll start looking for a buy. But if it needs to, I don't think it's going to, because there's nothing holding this market not from coming down here. I don't think so. Okay. Except the body of this. Probably if it moves from here, it can. So that is, I'll just wait for what? Since it is bearish, I'll just wait for a change of character. So if it decides to respect this area because of the body of this, okay, what I'll just wait out for is a change of character. Okay, so where is the next change of character in this market? No, this guy is wicked. There's no change of character. There's no change of character. The next change of character is, this change of character is here. Anything here is a thief. I'm trying to thief this market. This is because this is the structure it break. This is the high that broke the structure. So this is the change of character. That tells you that this is not, it's not up for grabs today. It's not, this may even not happen next week. This is stealing. God stole you guys. Stole money from you. Like money you were supposed to make, he just deprived you of not making the money. Deprived us. This, yeah. Man, I weak. If I saw this earlier, I probably wouldn't have. That's why it's good now. If I looked at the chart and I saw that, I would have been weak. Because why? It means I did not get anything from gold this week. Chai, I've been waiting on gold, and it moved and I did not get anything. Sometimes it can be painful. Okay, so buy nothing, sell, I can't sell, neither can I buy. So what does that mean? Windows are still closed. After I've been waiting for almost a week, windows are still closed on gold. All right, I believe Euro USD, they all tanked. Wow. So let's clean this up. What are we going to do on Euro USD right now? It has changed character. I think Euro USD has changed character. Oh, let's see. We have a premium level. Is it that this market is going to drop to this level, which is the previous day, or it's going to go up to this level? So we have two options. Okay, it robbed this right now. It has slightly kind of like, this was a level, change character. It changed character here, which means there's going to be an imminent snipe. It's just that I'm skeptical about this type of change of character. The market breaks above this area right now, that's a buy. Okay, that's a change of character by kind of like a structure, but a stronger one will be here. Okay, but this could suffice. So it means we have a buy. Since it's above this level, it's not bad. We have a buy and we have a target. So that is a almost 1 to 2 ratio. If this close now, I think that's a buy on Euro USD. Okay, that's a buy on Euro USD. It's going to happen in 4 minutes. So that's our first trade. Okay, it's going to be stronger here, but this gives us one entry. This gives us a risk. And if it decides to go down, I'll let that lesson slide, okay, and wait for it to come back if it wants to. So let's watch out for this. Let's watch out how this candle want to close. That'll give us a trade on Euro USD. Euro USD, let me put it on the chart. I think it's the same thing with GU, right? So GU, just that GU is a little bit different. GU has to change here before I buy. Now the structures are different. This is going to be technically where GU will thrive more. So I will not get into the two with the same thing. So if this changes, I'm in. All right, I'm in here. I could risk one, but I won't risk the other. But I do know this is, how many pips? That's 56. It's a lot too. But to the next level is good. So this is good for, we could manage this on GU. So GU breaks above this. So if you're a GU guy, so GU brings us here, let's see. So 1-to-1, you should have, I think you should leave this market here. Okay. This is good for an exit point. So even if it's giving you tough, I would pray let this market come back a little bit, gives us a swing low that will break here so that it could reduce our risk. That makes it final. But here right now is a tough one. All right. But that is, as at now, this is what I have. If it doesn't reject, that's good. Okay. What's that? That's S&P 500. Uh-oh. S&P 500 is about to break as well. Come on. Hey! But a part of me wants to relax today because the market expanded yesterday. So it's very unlikely that the market will expand today again. So if you're trading today, trade with wisdom. Okay? Trade with wisdom. Remember, this is part of my insight. Okay? When the market is a little bit, I don't know, maybe because of the war, a lot of things. The market has been trending. This is a trend. No consolidation. Another trend. Okay? Another trend. Like, it's unlikely the market moves like this. The last, like, it's been crazy. Yeah, it's typical of the market to, well, for the last 2-3 weeks, the market has been surprising. It's been doing some crazy stuff. Okay. Expansion, expansion, expansion. So, okay. What will make today different? All right, let's see. 1 minute to go. Please don't close. I like it. All right. Don't close. Don't close above. Please, please. Don't close. Don't close. Don't close. Somebody will be wondering, why am I saying you shouldn't close? Let's get the trade quick on now. This move is a dangerous one. It has to come back, test this level, then break. That will be a stronger one. Okay, but if this one goes, momentum may be stopped here. But if this one comes back and it goes break, this may not be able to stop it. Don't close. Don't close. Don't close. All right, I like it. It's not closing. So EU is going to close. Let's see EU. Is EU closing? So EU is closing. So we have a trade on EU. Okay, EU. I hope you're not going to disappoint us. But we have to trade when we see a trade. No emotions, just trade. So that's a buy. I mean, okay. All right, good. So EU strikes. So this becomes it. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. So EU strikes. S&P 500 didn't. Thank you. Okay, so let's go to, hold on. So I have EU. And that's the only thing we have. GU is not, GU has to break above this area. And what didn't I look at? Okay, I said I was going to look at the dollar. Dollar index is trapped. So expect the market to be trapped. Okay, so if this breaks below this, that's, oh, I should have even checked this. If this breaks below this, that's probably when you're going to see EU buy. But right about now, it's trapped. So GU is a more technical trade. Okay. Because why? These are equal. This is equal. Wow. This is equal. Any other price action you saw this is equal high, which means if this is slightly equal, it means this is a change of character. We might not really be seeing some good sales, except the fact that if this breaks, this breakout structure is just going to drive this, which would have been exited in the trade. But a change of character to pull down a trend, okay, is going to happen here because this is a breakout structure that happens better. Okay, so just be more observant, more relaxed. Don't be aggressive. Whatever the market gives you today, if it sees it, fine. Okay, don't be be uninterested, because right about now this shows that this market may consolidate. Okay, better ways will start happening when the market takes this away. That's when you start seeing crazy buys on US dollar. But right now it's trapped. So I'm just gonna wait for that. Any question? I said there's something I need to say about raw, right? Okay, good. But any question? I'll do a question first before I leave. Is this buffing? Okay, yeah, it's loaded now. All right. Any question? That is a question. Any question? That's a question, right?
Please, can I send you a message after the call?
You want to send me a message?
After the call, please.
Yeah, you can.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Any other question? So I hope you guys have made a promise that this training will not be a waste. You will be better accountable. You will not override the process. And you just follow the simple instructions that I'm giving. So if I've not given you a personal instruction, take the team instruction. If you have access to my personal instruction, there's no way you just ask me. So this is what I do. If you guys, those of you that are external, all right, mostly those of you that are on YouTube or you found your way to get in here, if you feel there's anything you want to get an instruction but you don't have a direct answer, this is what you do. Put the question in the group. All right, ask the question. What I do is that when I take people's question or feedback, I make it a training, just like I did on the score. Okay. I didn't plan I was going to do this, but as I got a feedback from Ayo, guess what? That training came. That's what accountability does. Okay. It brings you resources for growth. So just type, someone may ask something, I'll take it into record and I come the next day and I'll treat it. Okay, so your questions are valid, your observations are valid, your contributions are valid. And if they are wrong, if they are in a wrong perspective, I will shape it. That is why we have to communicate. That's the beauty of communication. You're not alone. Just try to be outward. I know the society of this type of environment, a lot of people they're learning from an interest from afar. Don't be that person. There is no true result in isolation. It takes community and accountability to grow a person. Okay, so if you're really interested in growth, come out, communicate. It's really very, very important. So I was going to say something about raw. Okay, so how many of you have been trading the raw? How has been your experience with the raw? As a question. Okay, I know this question is not limited to only you here. Let me see. I'm not getting response from those of you on YouTube. You are passerbys. You guys are not responding. Okay, so only Blessed is trading the raw. Is it the raw that passed your account? Is it the indices account, the S&P 500? Which of them did you pass from, Blessed?
The recent one is SP 500, but that's with market structure. Then the gold is raw. Yes.
Okay, the gold is
The
raw.
gold.
Then
Mm.
so is the market structure on that is the Snipe Plus. We're gonna call it Snipe Plus, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to sneeze. It ran away. Okay. Now, because of equity, so when I brought you guys into this training, we have evolved. For practice, I wanted you guys to do the role. The role wasn't for me, neither was it for results. Okay, it was for practice. And practice gives you emotional response, emotional experience. All right, emotional experience. So if you are coming along right now, what I want you guys to do is, if you are in accountability, this close accountability, you need to have a raw account and have it. So if you still want to keep the raw account, keep the raw account, but now have a plus account. Because the plus is a journey and I want you guys to transit. Okay. The raw is what the market gives to you. The plus is what you give to the market. There's a difference. Okay. Over time, I want you to be strengthened with decision. Let all of your actions be based by decision. So the plus brings a decision. I am waiting. It has sniped. Fine. In market, you have sniped. But do this for me and I'll invest in you. That's a decision. It builds you. It's part of character building as a trader. Okay, don't just take what the market gives to you because it controls you. All right, it's a good strategy, but it's limited. I want a good strategy that I have control over. So that is what the Snipe Plus does. Okay, as much as I love the result, the trading strategy was built on a concept that has an ongoing result. If you do it cheaply, all right, you get cheap result. But when you do it premium, plus is okay. So we can call, oh, hold on, no. I think plus or premium. Premium is better. Snipe premium, right? Snipe plus or Snipe premium. Which one's better? Okay. It's your strategy, so you guys can choose. So Snipe premium. So if you go premium with a Snipe, you have achieved two things. All right. You are telling the market what to do. Or you're telling the market to come and do what you want. That's ownership. Okay. That's ownership. So plus makes you deeply, straightforward. But premium brings your suggestion, interest, and personality. So begin to train your personality as a trader. So if you already have a raw account, I'm not saying convert, keep it as a record of this is where I started my practice. All right. But now go premium. Does that make sense? It means you guys now have to bring, because at the end of the day, this is what I want to judge as a coach. I want to judge your character as a trader. I want to judge your decisions. I want to judge your personality. And I can't do that with the raw because the raw is mine. All right. Even the premium, yeah, the premium is still mine. But what it does is that you applied your character with mine. Okay. So that is one of the things I want you guys to do. All right. So now you have to invest in climbing up. Does this make sense? Don't say, I didn't tell you. So if you are accountable with me and you only did the raw, now's the time to step up because I want you. So I gave you guys a training today, just follow instructions. And part of the instruction is not doing what you want, it's doing what you're told. All right. So if the means are not there, you can stay where you are. But as you begin to grow, you make sure you want to come. So you can tell me, Kenry, okay, because of the account I have right now, okay, I'm limited financially to get a premium account. Okay, I'm sticking with it. So I know, but there is now a layer you would have to climb. Does that make sense? All right. And all this brings you results. At the end of the day, I want you guys to have results. Okay, in portfolio management. It's not just about trading, it's managing portfolio. The whole idea of a trader is to learn what it takes to manage portfolio. Okay. So and it's another beautiful thing is there are certain things I can't teach you. you will realize them in practice. So by the time you practice the raw, you are trading the raw, and you climb up to trade the premium. Guess what happens? It's not Cambridge that will be telling you what the results are. Your accounts will tell you. Your accounts will make you decisions. You now say, oh, I've done this. I've seen the result over a 3-month period. I did this. I've seen the result over 3. What's better? It has not been me that will be telling you. Your practice would have given you a data to make decisions going forward. Does that make sense? I don't always want to give you an instruction that is based on your decision. Okay. The only way I'm going to have an instruction over you to take is because you do not have a decision yet. So I will give you an instruction to create your decision. Does that make sense? Because at the end of the day, you're a product of your decisions. Okay, I will just use my instruction to guide and produce that decision you're going to make. All right. With that being said, is there any question? With that being said, that's it for this week. Okay. Snipe Plus sounds cool. Okay. I'll think about it in my dream. So you guys vote. Or put it in a group. Okay, so we have 2 strategies. Coach needs us to vote for the strategy, what it's going to be called. Put your reasons, Snipe Plus or Snipe Premium. So define it. Snipe Plus is the raw, Snipe Raw or Snipe. Snipe. So we're defining. We have Snipe Raw, okay, which is the basic break of the 15 minutes candle, break below or break above for the buy, break below for the sell, which is raw. All right. Now, Snipe Premium or Snipe Plus, that is the infusion of if the trend is bullish and the market breaks above, just wait for a structure. If it's within a structure, you take it buy for the structure. You have to see a structure. If you don't see a structure and it just breaks, that's a raw. Okay. That's a raw trade. Now, if it is against the trend, so let's say a trend is bullish and the market is sniping for a sell, you just change character. So there is a structure. It's either change your character or break a structure. So that is the premium. Which name fits it better? Okay, should we go with Snipe Plus or Snipe Premium? I kind of like the body. Snipe Plus is more of a friendlier name. It's simple, Snipe Plus, Snipe Plus. All right, it's simple, snatchy, and catchy. But Snipe Premium brings a personality. Yeah, premium. Okay, it's premium because it's not just one thing, it's a character thing. So I kind of like premium, but at the end of the day, I move by choices. So you guys go debate in the group. Who wins? I take
Premium.
All right, who wins? I don't choose because I chose premium. I may betray you tomorrow and I say plus. Okay. Also, you can come up with a name that is in line with all this. Yeah. So you guys debate. It's yours. All right. Let's grow. Let's groom. Okay. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Father, I thank you for this training. I thank you for the beautiful things you've done today. I thank you for opening our mind to what we learned today about building character as a trader. Yes, I know we've gained the wisdom and the insight, but we'll pray and ask for your assistance in helping us develop the attitude to stick to following instructions, to build good trading character. Let your wisdom help us. All right, build a wall that will cause all our challenges not penetrate our discipline. Thank you, Father. At the end of the day, we will be that which expresses glory to your holy name in Jesus' name. Have a beautiful day ahead. I'll see you guys next week. Stay winning, stay growing. Don't stay comfortable. One of the things that helps you grow. I wanted to ask a question today, but accountability shifted me, and I kind of like it because if I'd asked that question, it would take us into a hole that we probably might not like, but I kind of like what we did. But that question still remains, that mindset still remains. What I intentionally wanted to give you guys this in a training that I actually thought I was going to do was to steer you in the direction of growth, all right? A mindset of growth that beats comfort. Okay, many of you, little did you know that sometimes there are certain type of changes, a mindset. When I get into any room, the first thing I look out for is not to take. And I track my giving. What am I giving to the person I'm taking from? If I ask you this question, don't feel guilty. If I ask you this question, have I given you enough this week? If the answer is yes, ask yourself this question: what have you given to me? All right. Now, giving is not, I've not given you money. So it will not be a thing of you giving me money. It's just a consciousness that when you get into any room, everything is an environment. When you give this, when you give, I'm like the earth. So my field is like the earth to you. It is what you give to me that will grow. I could be giving you a lot of things, but not until you plant in it. It won't grow. Are you guys getting the concept? It's a mindset. Okay. So when you get into an environment is like earth. Yes, I'm giving you nutrient. I'm giving you, you are there. You're standing in an environment that is rich. You're getting everything rich, but not until you plant a seed. Nothing grows. So it's a relationship. The mindset is, it's not about what I'm giving or what I'm reflecting as a coach, as a mentor. It's not what we are offering. It's what you are offering that grows. Seed mindset. So at the end of the week, as you're counting your accountability, I told you there are 3 things you learn in accountability. All right. You're in there's growth, you learn education, but you learn the skill. Okay. You're accountable to the skill, you're accountable to growth. All right. I think I mentioned 3. Growth is your learning goal, your earning goal, and your growth goal. Okay. Your growth goal at the end of the week, you should ask, what have I added to this community? What in the form of skill, in the form of people, in the form of contribution? There's something you can give. All right. That's the truth. Many of you, you are so good, but you're not giving your good. You've understood something, but you're not giving it. You know something that someone don't know. You're not giving it. All right. If you can give something, even if you need to seek permission, just seek permission. Some of you know basic class. Some of you have watched my video and you understand something. Okay, you could come and say, Mr. Kenvery, I want to do this. Or you just host, okay, I want to host a session and I just want to do basic stuff. All right. And that becomes your giving. Okay. It's a community. It's not really about Kenvery. But that is to tell you that if you're a mind that is open to give, that's what grows. Your giving grows. Your givings are like seeds, they grow. Okay. It could be, oh, I don't have an intellectual property to offer to this, but this group needs expansion, it needs growth, it needs more people. Okay. And you begin to function in that. There's always something to give. Okay. I can even tell you more. There are a lot of people not attending this group. Do you know you could give attention to, okay, there are many people not, let me just go into this folder right now and I'll message 10 people every day. What's happened? How are you doing? I saw you joined our trading community. It's been amazing. Are you experiencing this? Are you giving people that attention? You're just contributing. You're telling others, all right, did you experience this week? I've not seen you in call. What's happening? I see you in our group, but I don't see you in call. Sorry, I'm prying, but I'm just interested to know why you're not joining the calls. You can begin to, there are 700 people in the group. If less than 70 people show up, that's less than 10%. What happened to the rest of the people? It means they're not active. Do you know you could give your attention to just make others active? You could reach out, you could call a team of people and say, distribute this number. Okay, we saw this now. Let's reach out to these people. Now imagine someone reached out to me. I'm in a group, someone reached out to me today. All right. And I just told me, hey, how are you doing? It's been amazing. I saw you in this group. And the next minute, or maybe tomorrow, another person reached out to me. Guess what? I'm either going to leave that group or join the calls. True or true? I will feed the stuff that people are reaching out to me, or I'll join the call. 2 things will happen. It means you have done. You didn't pursue someone, okay? Because a lot of people are here dormant. It's dangerous to be dormant. So it's better you ignite them or you pursue them. So when you ignite them, they're going to thank you tomorrow. You may not be the one who brought them, but you help them see what they were just like, what was just lying around. That's giving. The consciousness. Many people just think, see, I'm not of that mindset that I will just show up in a place and I'll be taking every day. God will punish me. That's my mindset. Even if God doesn't do so. But that's my mindset. I can't do it. I can't afford it. I'm always taking from someone, taking from someone. And I feel, oh man, this is good. No, I don't do that. You get, see guys, I've been in an environment that is like mine. And guess what? There is no fee. I created an incentive. I know if I pay this person money, they will not take. So I did something that always reflect me giving to them. I may buy something and go and give to their kids, or I'll do something. Because why? I have a concept that the soil that is beautiful that I'm seated on, I need to sow in it. Okay, I've had my mentors. At some point, people that were mentors in my life, they do something and there was no fee attached, but I brought seeds. It's a mindset. I'm not telling you to come on. I'm not saying this because I want you to give to me. I've said several things. So you not pick only this one and say, oh, now I'm not of that range. In fact, the least thing I want you guys to, I have a lot of ways I'm making money from you guys. Okay, already. You guys don't know. You may not be paying, but I'm getting paid. But you're wondering, I'm getting paid. All right, a lot than you imagine. In fact, I'm even getting to another level. So you give me money, significant. All right, if you don't, it's significant also. So, but I'm just trying to tell you guys a mindset, okay? Because this is what adds to your spiritual side of productivity. You're working in instructions, fine, but you're producing a better self in your spirit side. It's powerful. So take this into consideration and become a better version of yourself that grows. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you so